going on, everybody? I'm Lexi Wright. I'm back with a brand new video, and in case you're wondering why my hair is wet, I just got baptized at a one-way church. I will include that clip. So today we're gonna be doing some reactions to, we're gonna be telling you guys some of our greatest ghost stories and ghost encounters that we have experienced in our lives. And if you guys enjoy stories about the paranormal, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe down below. Yes, because not only did I get baptized today, we are going to be sharing some ghost stories with you. So stay tuned.
Stay close to me.
We're gonna go back and forth. We're gonna tell 5 stories each. She's gonna tell 5 stories about her paranormal activity she's experienced in her life. I'm gonna talk about 5 different ones. So if you want to start, go ahead. What's your first paranormal experience? Let's see. I'm trying to think. The one that I could think of was over there at the crossing. We was over there, and we were ghost hunting, and I saw somebody in the window of the door, and when I went to look again, she left. I thought it was like a cleaning lady or something. Jeez. And it's like when we left, I felt like something was attached to me. Oh man. And it really scared me. It's like I couldn't hardly move. I couldn't hardly talk. Jeez. I wanted to scream at people. That sounds like a possession for real. So it's like we had to pray, and then finally it left, and I was finally able to get out of the van. Wow. Dang gun. It was scary. Sounds like it. Let me go with my first one. I mean, I don't really like talking about this, but I'm starting off when I was a little kid all the way up until now. So the first thing that I can remember for my first paranormal activity incident, I don't really like talking about it, but I'll share it with you guys. My grandma was into some very, very bad stuff, aside from our religion. And she made us sleep in the basement as kids. So when me and my brother were down in the basement, you can actually feel the room get real hot. The shape on the floor, I'm not going to describe it any further. The shape on the floor rose up in flames, and then as soon as it came back down, guess who was standing there? No joke, can't make that up. Literally, he was standing there looking directly at us, and as soon as I started screaming for my mom, completely disappeared. No smoke, no fire, no nothing, just gone. And I was terrified. I was petrified, couldn't believe I saw something like that. Alright, go ahead with your number 2.
Another one that I remember was I was in Felicity. We was in Felicity, and we was at the cemetery, and I went over to the mausoleum, and it's like I was trying to see about some paranormal stuff over there, and when everybody was ready to leave or go to a different spot or whatever, it's like I couldn't move. I felt like I was like just like stuck there, like I was called to like be there or something.
Whoa.
So it's like I had to get people to help me get away from there.
Jeez.
And it's like that was scary, because it's like I didn't know what was like, because nobody was around me to like be holding me there.
Right.
So something was holding me to the mausoleum.
Good God. My number 2 was when I would get up in the morning and I would wait for my brothers to go to school, and I was homeschooled, so when I would get up with them, they would walk out the door to go to school. I just would go into the kitchen to get some breakfast or whatever. But the kitchen window that was right by the front door, it's like my dad had some kind of American flag hanging over the kitchen window. So I'm seeing this silhouetted humanoid figure that's like shaking all weird, like by that window. I'm more confused than I am scared. So I opened that door, and I'm like, so remember the window's right here and here's the door. So I open that door and I look behind it, trying to figure out, like, is it a bush, a tree, trying to debunk it, and there's absolutely nothing there to make that shape. So I look on the inside again, and it's back, doing the same thing, shaking again. I'm just like, it didn't really bother me, it didn't really scare me, it just made me more just confused. Alright, what's your number 3?
I remember being at the Mount Moriah cemetery.
Yeah.
And we were ghost hunting and everything. And it's like, with this time, it's like when we would walk past the mausoleum, it's like I felt like something was like calling me over, because we did go.
You get called over to things a lot.
Yeah, because it's like we did like check it out for a second at one point, and it said that there was like a little kid or like a baby in there, and like a lady and stuff. And well, it's like we walked past, and I was all like, oh, hold on, it's like I need to go over here and check this out. And
Yeah.
everybody was like, no, just let's go and let's go home, and because they're like, we're not gonna let you go back over there.
Yeah.
And I kept trying to say, no, I need to, and it's like I never did go over there, I just stayed away from it.
Right, that's probably good, because if it's calling you over there, probably wasn't a good idea.
Right. So it's like, yeah.
Alright, so yeah, my number 3, man, it was kind of weird. It's hard to like really explain too well, but the way my bedroom wall was, like, I saw 2 shadow figures on my bedroom wall, and one figure was like on this side, and he's got a gun and he's pointing it to now keep in mind this is all silhouetted, and he's pointing it to the other guy. The other guy on the other side's got his hands up like this, and I'm surprised I can still remember this, because this is when I was like 13, and for the longest time there was no sound, no nothing, but all you could see is the silhouette, and you could see the guy with the gun fire it, and then the guy going like this, he fell down to his knees and then fell face first. later on, as many times as I kept seeing it, later on I started to actually hear the gunshot and a silhouette of blood splatter coming out of the other guy. It was pretty freaking scary. And finally, I started telling my dad about it, and he drew a cross on the wall. And ever since that he drew a cross on the wall, I haven't been seeing it, but that spot on the wall felt very off compared to the rest of the wall. It was weird. Very hard to explain. Very weird. But yeah, go ahead with your number 4.
Well, I can't really think of any one for myself, but I got 2 that I know, one kind of had to do with me just a little bit because I was with them. So I'll say that one, first. It's when I was a little kid, and everything. It's living in Harrison. It's we used to go for walks, we would, just as a family, we didn't have anything else to really do, and we just went for family walks.
Yeah.
And it's I remember my dad would take his camera and take pictures of just different interesting things.
Yeah.
And it's there was one time he took it, and at the time, this is going to express my age. At the time, we had film camera, so we didn't have this digital stuff. We had when you would take pictures, it's you would have to go to the, pharmacy or wherever to, send your pictures, your film to, and then they would develop them later on. Well, he did that, and when he got his picture back, he was looking around on his pictures, and there was one where he had taken a picture of this porch, and there was something, on the porch, couldn't really tell what it was. We thinking it was a little girl or something. And my mom, just kept saying, no, it's a smudge, camera flare, whatever.
Jeez.
And it's my dad, he kind of did some research, and he found out that a long time ago that a little kid ran to go get her ball from across the street or something like that.
Oh man.
And got hit.
Oh no.
So he, we're thinking, it was that little kid on the porch that had gotten hit years ago. They were just at home. They didn't know, where else to be.
Right. Alright, so my number 4, okay, so we moved out of that trailer. That trailer was, the most haunted trailer in Felicity, because of all the ghost hunting that we have done with my dad, with my brother. It's just everywhere we've ghost hunted, a lot of stuff followed us back. So when we moved out into a new trailer, I decided to go back to that trailer at night for some reason. I honestly don't know why I went back to that trailer. Just like how she was talking about those mausoleums calling her to it. I was on the other side of town, and I was still feeling like something was calling me to that trailer. And I wanted my brother to go with me. He didn't want to go, so I went by myself. I go into the back door, it's unlocked, I'm able to get in, and then as soon as I step foot into that trailer, mind you, it's pitch black in there. There's no lights, no electricity. It's freezing in there because the electricity had gotten shut off because I was moving out. As soon as I step foot into that trailer, I hear a voice. She's back. And the way it directly said that scared me really bad. And for some reason, I just went inside each bedroom and just started taking out light bulbs and throwing them against the floor. What point was that? I don't know. But I just left as soon as I did that. It was weird. But go ahead with your final one.
Again, I mean, it's like this is one that I remember my dad telling me about. It's like I remember living at a house in Kentucky, and it's like, had, a yard and everything, and we had a dog.
Yeah.
And it's like, in this house, I mean, this town in Kentucky was like really, like old. I mean, they used to have, dirt, roads instead of, paved and everything. And I remember him telling me that his dog one time was like barking and everything, and was standing by the gate, and he went to look, and there was he saw a wagon, like an old time wagon.
One of those old-fashioned covered wagons?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And, like, he heard, like, a horse and everything galloping past and stuff, and next thing he knows, it's like he's, like, watching, and it, like, went off, it, like, turned into, like, this field, and all of a sudden it, like, disappeared.
Oh, man.
And he, again, did some research and everything and found out that there used to be, like, a dirt road that, apparently that's where that wagon was going, down that road that they remembered.
So they were going down a road that didn't even exist anymore. That's crazy.
And, I mean, of course, wagons like that and stuff like that was out of existence because now, there's cars and everything, but so, I mean, it's like people just still do ride, horses and everything, but not like they used to do back then.
Yeah, there's still Amish people out there that still ride horses and wagons and stuff, but not like that. That, what you're explaining was something from like the 1800s or so.
Right.
Like, you're talking about one of the old covered wagons.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, but really, I mean, that's like all I can remember for myself. Like, really, if you want to get like a lot, you want to talk to my dad.
I know your dad would have a lot of ghost stories. If you guys want to hear ghost stories from her dad, we need 100 likes. We need 100 likes, and then we'll get Albert, her dad, on this video somehow, and he'll tell you all the ghost stories that he knows.
You could also find him at the library too.
Oh yeah, you can find her dad. He wrote books just like I did.
Like he's in, like, if you get like ghost stories of Kentucky or something like that, and if you find just like doing the back of the book and find my dad's name, you can find some of the stories that he wrote along with some other people's stories.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool.
My dad and my brother Dylan and my dad's friend Chris, they were involved into an actual paranormal group, and they were investigating this funeral home that was in Felicity. And let me tell you guys, that funeral home is one of the most haunted active spots in Felicity. Tell you that right now. And so is the World War II cemetery. That place, that's where all the following happened. But we're talking about the funeral home, and they decided to take me with them. And they were telling me the ghosts do not like women. And there's a whole story on why. But I'm not going to tell you that. But it's like, I went down to that basement with Chris, and he had me sit in the middle, like in a chair in the middle of the room. I'm like constantly watching my back. Like, I could feel stuff around me. Like, I knew something was there. And I could tell it wasn't good. And I just kept trying to ignore it because I was having too much fun. And he got done pretty much, and I went back to the back wall, and I just crossed my arms, and I got these feelings and thoughts that I knew wasn't me. And my dad came up, and he pulled me away from the wall, and he took me back upstairs. And as soon as we all were upstairs into this back room, 2 female distinct screams coming from that basement. And my dad's friend Chris screamed back at it, ah! And it shut up. And I'm telling you, as soon as you walk into that funeral home, feels like all eyes on you. Kind of like as if, the way I explain it, kind of as if everybody's sitting in a seat and they all, turn and look at you. And it's like, that's the way I explain it, but that funeral home is one of the most active spots in Felicity. But yeah, that was our top 10 craziest ghost experiences. So if you guys would like to hear more and from either both of us or just one of us, or if you even want to hear the ghost stories from her dad, make sure you leave a like and let me know what you want to see, because I would love to do your guys' suggestions. We need 100 likes if you want to see her dad tell you all his ghost stories or experiences. So we're going to wrap up the video there. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video of us explaining our scariest ghost experiences of our lives. And without further ado, it's been Lexi,
Jennifer,
and we're both out. Peace out for now, everybody.